Yes, sir, that'll be fine. I'll work it out.
Stay on the rudders to keep the airplane straight as we accelerate. Nice job on the ailerons. And as we accelerate, keep us right on the center line. Yeah, you're taking a little aileron out. And you can give us a little back pressure. We're going to rotate around 50 knots. Rotate means pulling back. Good. You're going to have a little left wing down when you take off. Keep pulling back, get us in the air. Track that center line and climb out. Very nicely done. Beautiful. And he said fly runway heading, so we're just going to fly runway heading straight up here.
Okay, until he says something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the runway we're doing our work on.
Yes.
9 Alpha Papa, I need you to turn left for a little bit just to give spacing on the guy for runway 1 left. So turn left heading 010.
Left turn 010.
Left turn 010, 9 Alpha Papa.
Beautiful. And let's roll left. All the way to 010. So he's just going to kind of work us around here. That's okay.
Okay.
Nice takeoff, man.
Thank you. It felt smooth.
Yeah. There's 010. And it'll probably be I would imagine a right turn back around to downwind. We'll see what he gives us. And we'll just level off at 1,700 feet. That's our downwind power.
Okay.
Or downwind altitude, rather. Looking for 1,700 feet. About 85 knots.
When you like, you can enter a right downwind for runway 1 right.
Right downwind, 1 right now.
Downwind, 1 right, 9 Alpha Papa.
Good. All right, let's level off. About 2,000 RPM trim, and let's do a right turn. Clear the right. Let's roll right. All the way 180 degree turn. We're just going to enter the downwind. Stay coordinated. Right about there is all you need on the bank. Make it a nice gradual bank.
Just touchdown.
Check our 979, clear to land, runway 1 left.
A little slow, right?
Papa runway 1 right, cleared for the option 1040 at 6.
Clear for the option 1 right, 9 up. I got you.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot nicer today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, we got a little bumps. But it's the kind of stuff that you throw yourself into the fire, you know, and
Yep.
you come up on a day like this then, and it's like, nice.
Southwest 1185, left turn at Echo 2 or Kilo, contact ground point 8 today.
So, let's just get in towards our runway a little closer so we have that spacing so that the runway's about halfway up the wing strut.
It's this first runway
A
closest
short,
to us?
little short guy, yep.
Okay. Do we still need less altitude, 1,700?
Yeah, try to sneak 1,700 out of it. And just make a small change, right? Just a little nose down, be patient. Remember I talked about cause and effect? Just make this sure this is trending down and then just sneak up on it. Okay. And he cleared us for the option, so we're a little wide, but when you're opposite the spot, wherever you want the airplane to touch, we can do our carb power and flaps.
Okay.
Check our 979, traffic 2 miles east of the field is a 172, he's working the parallel.
Check our 979, copy.
All right.
What's that traffic?
Our 9 Alpha Papa traffic on the 2.5 miles straight in for 1 left is a beach jet.
Roger, negative. In traffic in sight now, Papa. Say traffic in sight now, Papa.
Traffic in sight, 9 Alpha Papa.
There you go. All right, we're opposite our numbers.
Okay. Carb heat is out. Reducing power.
You see it way back there? Kind of getting wide out here, so we should probably start our turn.
Turn.
And flaps and 70 knots. So we kind of delayed that a little bit, right?
Yep.
Kind of a little bit behind it. Do you see him down there? On the.
I do,
Yeah.
yes.
So we'll just make sure we stay on our side. So let's square this turn, because the longer or the shallower you make this bank, the further out that way we get. And we're looking. You see the short runway we're landing on there?
Yes, I do.
All right, great.
Yep.
So square it up so we're nice and parallel.
2581, dogleg to final, 1 left.
American 2581, Milwaukee Tower, 1 left, clear to land, 1060 at 7.
Clear to land, American 2581.
So actually, how do you think we are on height? High, low?
Maybe just a tad bit high, but
How about another flap?
yeah, another flap.
There's that pitch change.
Yep, pushing down. Reducing a little bit of power.
How's that per perspective? Look how much shorter that runway is than the other one.
yeah, it might be a bit terrifying to do this, but for me anyways. Considering yesterday at Timmerman.
We'll go back there. What do you think? High, low?
I can reduce some power and
There
get
you
down.
go. Yeah, you have flaps and power to get down. So I would
target, morning still,
your
55.4.
airspeed's fast too, so try to pitch for 70. That's going to make you feel high, so pitch up, grab 70. How about one more flap? And now pitch back for 70.
I could land one.
Now pitch is for your airspeed and power is for your runway spot. This is looking good.
Where you parking?
Try to maintain speed and use power to get to the end. Don't pull back, don't try to stretch it. You gotta give some power. There you go.
Left on Echo 2 over to ground, 1.8, check our 979.
Good. Nice light winds today. And just get down in that flare, not quite yet. Now you're gonna go to level flight right about here. Bring the power to idle. Now just hold it off. Hold it off. Wait for it. Hold it off. Hold it off. Wait for it. Just wait here. Let it reapply. Alright, not bad. A little hard, but we're getting
Yeah, not
flaps
bad.
up. Stay on the rudders.
Flaps
Keep
are
it
up.
straight. Carb heat comes in with your thumb with power. Keep it straight. Yeah, the wind is out of the right here. There you go. Keep it straight. Keep your feet moving. There you go. A little dip. I got a little bounce there. A little ramp.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to pull it back. I was focused on the feet.
Yeah, you got it there though. Right rudder. Keep the ball straight. Climbing out 70 knots up for the pattern.
Over 9 Alpha Papa, right down at your discretion is approved.
Right down with 9 up.
Right downwind, 9 of pop.
Yeah, see, basically just half of this stuff you're just repeating, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the lingo more than anything.
Yeah.
Just understanding it.
Yeah. Repetition, exposure. Really the only way to learn it, I think. Instead of someone sit here and talk to you all day or watch stuff or YouTube, but it's just really doing it.
Yep.
All right, we're at 1100. Let's roll into that pattern. So we're gonna get this crosswind over with, about 20-degree bank. We're gonna roll out so we're perpendicular. So you're gonna go a couple seconds wing level, get a picture of where you're at, and then you're gonna roll right onto that downwind so you got a half-mile spacing. Again, that runway's gonna be about halfway up the wing strut.
Trying to find the runway. All right, I'm gotta go
So
a
see how
little bit more.
these rows of houses and these roads basically go straight east? You can just line up so you're parallel with those. That's pretty damn close.
Okay.
So
That is good to know.
yeah. They're called section lines. How's your rudder?
Very bad.
2581 straight ahead.
All right, let's go on to downwind. You're only gonna do a couple seconds wing level on the crosswind.
So, Echo, Kilo, Bravo to the ramp, and just stay with me.
Okay, Echo.
So we're in the turn, but we're coming up on our altitude, so we're gonna level off and stay on the turn. So pitch first, stop the climb. Power comes back about 2100 RPM. And then you're gonna trim and try to stay up here at 1600. Look outside the airplane, that's your biggest gauge. Try to find that level spot there. See this road that goes all the way south here?
Yes.
That's a pretty good mark for us to fly over. That could be our landmark for our spacing.
Yes, it is.
So you can start to use references on the ground. Most things in the United States are oriented, most fields and roads and houses and rows of houses are oriented north, south, east, west. We call those section lines. So when you're up here, you can just fly parallel.
How are we in terms of distance?
Runway 1 left, number 9 Alpha Papa, runway 1 right, clear for the option, wind 05088.
All right, option 1 right. We'll keep an eye out on the parallel traffic.
Cream City 54.
So he just gave us a traffic advisory for the parallel, and he cleared us the option. Here's your spot. So carb heat, power, and flat. You gotta get that part over with because we're rapidly getting away from it.
Okay.
Don't turn though yet, because you're gonna be high. Wait for that spot to move. Remember, look in the window.
Okay.
Capture 70. Gotta do all this stuff while you're watching the spot
Beforehand, okay.
before you start turning. You don't want to just rip into the turn because you'll be high. Is it starting to move on you?
Yes.
Good. Let's roll in.
Rolling in.
Now you're gonna look out here and just kind of try to keep the nose sweeping the horizon. You don't even have to stare in here too much at your airspeed. That's just gonna work. You get this turn over with. See this? I don't know what road this is that goes straight east and west.
Yep.
That's a good landmark to fly parallel to that. Now you're perpendicular.
Excellent.
Now decide if you need another flap. Probably.
We'll do one more.
Yeah. Then you're gonna have to pitch down to hold 70, which is what steepens our descent. And then you're just watching that turn, and it looks good. you're going to decide if you're high, low, or just right. You're going to track the center line, and the last step in the landing is runway alignment. Landing is a 3-step process. How's your airspeed?
A little fast.
Let's slow it up. Pitch up, grab 70. Don't worry about your spot. Pitch up to get your speed. How about another flap? How about the power to idle? Go all the flaps.
Power is idle.
And
all
get 70
flaps.
knots in there now.
Oh, we got 70 knots.
See? Now you might need a little power to get there. See how effective that 40 degrees of flaps is?
Yeah. Wow.
Alright, now getting the end here, we're going to just look at the end of the runway and just try to hold it on. Try not to let it touch.
Runway 25 left.
Wait for it, reapply, reapply. Try to hold it on.
left, ground point 8, creep 254.
Not bad. Now keep flying it. Rudders. Flaps up.
Okay, flaps are all the way up.
RV comes in with your thumb. Keep it straight. Aileron into the wind. It's going to help. Nice.
Gosh, yeah.
There you go.
It's like driving a car is
Yeah.
fucking me up.
Yes. It's called negative transfer of learning. It's one of the most difficult things to deal with as a flight instructor because all of these people that come to you to learn to fly have thousands and thousands of hours driving a car.
Yeah.
And this is completely different. Completely different.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The way my brain is.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
Alpha Papa, right down at your discretion is approved.
right now.
Right down and approved. Not a pump.
Nice. So
I didn't have to say and approved, eh?
no,
Right down one.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was you have to be thinking about what your feet and your hands are doing at all times in an airplane, and that never really goes away.
Yeah.
Even with thousands and thousands of hours, the fundamentals come back. You have to think about what you're doing. We're not designed to do this.
Yep.
You know, human beings don't physiologically have the ability to just intuitively fly, so we always have to be thinking about what we're doing in the airplane. Once we understand that, it makes things easier, but it's still very easy to get confused in an airplane, even when you have a lot of experience.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost forget about the feet,
Yeah.
but that's what I need active.
Yes.
It's crazy.
But are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I mean, blessed to be up here,
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
It's a skill that,
How's your spacing?
uh,
That road we were talking about before,
yeah.
it's behind us now, right? So, and there's 17.
All right, we hit 17.
Sorry, I was jaw jacking.
No, it's all good.
How's your rudder?
Terrible. We're still
Pitch,
climbing.
power, trim. Oh, actually, yeah, that's the road we're after, so doing all right. There's a little green patch down here of like an alleyway under power lines and then the road. Yeah, what's exciting to me as an instructor is watching people's progress, and just today, the fact that you're able to do...
9 Alpha Papa, runway 1 right, clear for the option, wind 0307.
Clear for the option 9 up top.
Clear for the option 1 right, but you don't have to say it this time, but in the future.
Hey,
Okay.
765.
Always give the runway identifier.
Okay.
Start starting to descend a little bit, just a little bit up here, just kind of maybe just retrim. Coming up on our spot, so you could even do it early, carb heat, power flat,
Okay.
right about there.
RP. Power is back.
Visual 1 left.
10 degrees of flaps, and we're looking to capture 70 here. Don't pitch up to do it, just let the airspeed bleed off.
Okay.
And you're kind of cross-checking your spot. Your head should be swiveling right now. And then trim for 70 and decide when you want to turn base.
Okay.
Coordinated turn. It's great for me as an instructor to see people progress. The fact you're able to talk to me a little bit while you're doing an upwind and crosswind turn was awesome, because that means that you're starting to feel comfortable with some of the fundamentals, which you are, because if I was to pass out right now, I think you'd probably make it onto the ground
I
without
could get
killing
us
yourself.
down.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're diving though.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Pitch control, so remember to look out here.
Yeah, I was
Bring
thinking
some
about
power back.
not killing us.
Yeah. Trim a little bit to keep that nose up if you need to, but you're looking for 70 here. So just a little bit of trim is going to help you, see? I just did like a little quarter bit.
Okay, let's get another flap.
Okay. Gonna help too.
Turn on final.
The two things that you have right now to get down are power and flaps. So start with flaps, and if you're still not getting down, then power comes to idle. Once we get into this a little more, I'm going to show you one more technique that helps, and it's called a forward slip.
One more flap,
Sure.
then we should be good.
You have one more too if you need it, but this actually looks okay.
Exit at 765, turn right 050, contact departure, good day.
Right 050, over to departure, exit jet 765.
Hold it on. Remember that game like Hot Lava as a kid? Pretend the runway's lava and you're trying not to touch it. Wow, nicely done. Flaps up. Bravo, man, that was... If every landing could be like that, I could get out of the airplane right now. Seriously, that was...
Good to hear. Felt like butter.
Yeah. What was that sound that came on right at the end?
The horn, the stall horn.
Stall horn. We were out of energy and you were feeling for the runway. We ran out of energy right when the wheels touched. It was soft.
What did he say?
Right now. That's exactly how they should be. You run out of energy right before the wheels touch. So you're timing that back pressure so that happens. Like what I was talking about, that game of Hot Lava when you're a kid, pretend the runway's Hot Lava and you're really trying to delay the touchdown as long as you can. If you do it right, you're going to settle in the right attitude. It's when people try to fly down to the ground, they land flat, they porpoise all kinds of crap.
Yeah. I'm still, yeah, it's on this turn every time.
Yeah. Well, you know why? The right turn is harder than the left turn. Did we talk about adverse yaw a little bit in banks? I think we did.
Okay, I don't remember.
Okay. Might be more of an easier thing to remember if we talk about it on the ground, but why do we need rudder when we roll a wing left or right? Why does the nose go the other way?
Not sure.
1281, left turn 181, ground plane, good day. Over. Ground plane, 021. Clear 9 Alpha Papa, runway 1 right, clear for the option, wind 0307.
Clear for the option, 1 right, 9 up top. All right, what were you saying?
So, I got the airplane for a second.
All right, you got the airplane.
All right, which way does the nose go when I go left?
To the right?
Yeah, why is that happening? What aileron?
Physics?
What aileron goes down when I roll left? What aileron goes down? I'm gonna go left. What aileron goes down? What opens up?
The right aileron goes down.
Yeah. So the right aileron goes down.
Yep.
So that pulls the right wing this way. Which, when I go left, the right wing aileron comes down, which pulls the nose this way. Kind of drags that wing, right?
It does. Okay. Drags the wing. Yeah. Drags the wing. Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, so it's called adverse yaw.
Okay.
And it's because this wing is developing more lift, actually.
And that's why we aileron, or that's why we rudder when we turn.
Yeah.
That's,
so if
that
we're in a
makes lot of
right
sense.
climbing turn, what direction does the nose want to go if we're rolling to the right in a climb?
To the left?
Yeah. What other things are forcing the nose left in a climb?
The propeller?
Propeller, the torque, the P factor. So we have, now we're adding to those left turning tendencies. So the right rudder you need more right rudder pressure in a right climbing turn than a left climbing turn.
Yeah.
Because you're compounding the left turning tendencies. In a left turn, you're actually canceling out some of the left turning tendencies. The nose wants to go right, so you don't need as much right rudder in a left climbing turn. But you don't have to memorize that, you just have to feel it, right? And just kind of look at it and just do what the airplane's telling you to do.
Yeah.
But that's why.
Okay.
You have the airplane.
I got the airplane.
Power to idle.
Power to idle.
Hold 70. We got 40 degrees of flaps. This thing's just going to go right down onto the spot. Can you clear us the option?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just verifying clear the option.
I know, first, clear the option, wind 0207.
hold it and let it come back to you, and then let it fly back for sure. Little side load there, right?
It was.
Because we didn't really have crosswind correction, which is okay. That wasn't the objective today, but that's why that happened.
Yes.
So we kind of had this like, it's because we didn't have the wing down and the rudder in, so we landed in a little bit of a crab. We landed a little bit crabbed into the wind instead of lining it up, so we felt that jostle to the left.
Yep. And I needed to fix that with rudder?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Yep. I wasn't focused on it.
Rudder controls the center line of the runway, and wing controls, rudder controls the axis of the airplane, and wing controls the center line.
Okay.
So if you're pointed this way, that's rudder, and if you're off the center line, that's wing.
Okay.
And the thing you need to do is hold those inputs all the way through the landing, and then you need to increase them as you go.
Right down when approved?
Yeah.
Right down when approved, and approved. Where am I supposed to be turning in terms of...
about 1100.
1100
Yep.
I want to be turning.
Right
Okay.
rudder. Just don't be afraid to use that rudder, because we can, if we wanted to, right?
Ooh.
Don't be afraid of it. Just get it in where it needs to be. Not that you're afraid of it, but you can be a little more
Somewhat
aggressive.
somewhat timid.
Yeah, assertive. You can be assertive with the controls.
I got to circle that, yeah.
It's an it's a repetition thing. It's not anything you're doing. It's just being unsure of what this machine we're in is doing. Deep down, somewhere in your subconscious, your body's trying to figure out why the hell you're thousands of feet above the earth in a little vibrating tube.
Will it ever figure it out?
Probably not. And there's days when I'm in the weather at my job and I still wonder why I'm doing this.
How are we on distance from, is this where we want to be?
This is good.
Okay.
The runway should be about halfway up the strut from your vantage point at 1,000 feet above the ground, which we're at about 1,000 feet above the ground.
Okay, that looks...
And this is
Pretty close
about a half mile, distance-wise, for your perception. To hone your perception, this is what that looks like. So here's the spot.
Okay.
When you reduce the power, what is that nose going to do?
Go up?
Yeah. No. When you
Go
reduce
down?
1,500, yeah, 1,500. See, we're kind of already way past the spot. Which way did the nose want to go there?
Down?
Yeah, so you just look at the horizon and hold it in one spot, let that airspeed bleed off. And then when that airspeed gets there, you lower the nose slightly and then trim forward, and then while you're doing all that, you're cross-checking.
Clear for the option 10306.
Clear for the option, right?
Beautiful. This looks good. Maybe, if anything, what do you think, higher or low?
I think we're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit low.
I would say just a little bit, sure, because we were delaying all that stuff. This should be more immediate as a critique. When we get opposite that spot, carb power flap should be more immediate. That'll keep you closer, and you're kind of delaying it, and we're getting, we're going 100 miles an hour, right? So go a half mile pretty quickly. So those things are more immediate.
Is it easier to land with flaps than it is, say, 40 versus 10? Or does it not matter?
You'll land faster with less flaps, and you'll land at a different pitch attitude. It's a different feel. I wouldn't say it's easier or more difficult.
Okay.
you're doing a nice job fixing the ballooning tendencies.
Yeah, I'm still ballooning. I think that's my biggest problem. Ah, fuck.
It's okay.
That's my biggest problem right now. It's the ballooning.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, the reacting too fast maybe. Or giving it too much.
Yeah, possibly.
But I'll hone it in.
You will. And I'll just sit here and make sure you don't kill yourself while you do it.
Thank you.
Rudder, rudder, rudder. There you go. Foot's got to be in on that right rudder.
Right down when approved.
Right down when approved.
Now we're coming up on 11. Let's roll into that nice coordinated right turn. You're going to have to increase the pressure on your right foot. Graceful. Love it. This is great. Then you're just going to relax that right rudder a little bit when you roll out. Keep that ball real nice. That felt pretty good, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Once you make the turn, you can get rid of rudder, right?
Yeah. Well, you're in the climb, so you always need a little right foot in a climb.
Okay.
Roger, looking for traffic, man, on top.
Roger, looking for traffic, 9 o'clock.
Got it, this
91 traffic a mile east of the field is Cessna 172. He's working.
Got a little speck out there. You can just say traffic in sight.
Traffic in sight, 9 o'clock.
Then he just double clicks saying acknowledge. That's a informal way of acknowledging a radio transmission.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, get ahead of it.
Carb. Speed.
1500 all the way down to 1500. Yeah, those flaps have lost the balloon, so you're constantly managing pitch throughout this. Now you got bandwidth to watch your spots. You can divide your attention.
70.
Started moving in it. Like this. Yeah, this boulevard here is a really good spot for one ride.
Okay.
Is this College Avenue maybe? I always forget which one goes like north, south, east, west. I think it's College because that's late.
Nine Alpha Papa, runway 1 right, clear for the option 10407.
Clear for the option 1 right.
Southwest 1191, turn left at Echo 2, ground flight Agade. Echo 2, ground flight Agade, Southwest 1191.
Got a little bit of tiny wind out of the right here, so you need a little bit of left rudder, just a little bit of right wing. We're just gonna hold it back here. Don't push forward, just hold it back. That's that porpoising, right?
Yeah.
Do that. There you go. Yeah, saved it. If you relax or push forward, you start to do this. A little drop right there. Need some rudder.
What happened there?
There's just a little drop off. So with the flat landing, what do you think happened on that flat landing? Rudder in here.
I'm not sure, I guess.
Well, it just didn't hold it off. We came in on all three. You want to come in on the main landing gear, which is this one. That's the nose wheel. This is the main landing gear. You came in on all three, and we had a lot of energy, so we bounced. And then when we bounced, you either relaxed pressure on the back pressure, or you maybe even nudged a little forward. And then we nosed over, and that's called a porpoise. So to stop it, to fix that, You just keep the stick in one spot, let it settle, and reapply. If you really, if you really praying it on, just go full power and get out of there.
Okay. So I landed on all three.
Yeah, it's just a flat landing with a lot of energy.
Okay.
So if you hold it off longer, you won't get the bounce. As long as you can hold it off, you really won't get a bounce.
Nine Alpha Papa runway 1 right, clear for the option 1040 at 6.
Option 1 right, 9 Alpha Papa.
Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful air today.
304.
Nice day.
Yeah, it is.
See ya, Jetlink 304.
It's really a neat spot to learn to fly with the lake right there.
It is blessed to be here.
Yeah. That view of downtown when we turn base here, finally. All around you, swimming pools.
You gonna have a swimming pool someday?
No. The American dream. There's so many.
You know, I never noticed how many there were until you said that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. In Wisconsin, yeah.
Not one has anybody in it. Ever. Yeah, keep holding off. Just be patient. Hold it off. Just keep waiting for it. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Nice. And then just hold that stick. Yeah,
it was.
flaps up.
Yeah.
Go. See how long that landing took? That's more normal than not.
Okay. Yes, it did take a while.
Yeah. People have this tendency, not that you're doing it, but it's kind of a natural reaction to want to get the landing over with. When we get down there, like, I want to land. Like, let's land. And that's how you get the bounces and all that stuff. If you are patient with the airplane, it actually takes a lot longer.
Nine Alpha Papa right downwind approved.
Right downwind, 9 Alpha Papa.
You just want to make sure that you're not using up the whole runway to do it, so your timing has to be right so that you're getting that effect within the first third of the runway. That's the target. If you can't get down on within the first third of the runway, you really ought to go around and try it again.
Okay. I feel like that's my biggest fault in life is patience.
Yeah, mine too.
Gotta learn that.
My patience erodes, and roads are the same. It's proportional to how tired I am usually, and then
Yeah.
the thing about patience is that you can have unlimited patience. But the moment you lose your patience, somebody will think you have no patience. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. Women.
Yes. You knew exactly what I was doing.
Overnight Alpha Papa, runway 1 right, clear for the option, 04016.
One right, 90 Papa.
That's it? Yeah. All your flaws will be highlighted when you reveal them. And they'll always be... None of your strengths will be highlighted. Flying actually requires a lot of patience, especially learning to fly.
Yes, it does.
Tower exit at 538 is inbound for the visual 1 left.
Exit at 538, Milwaukee Tower, runway 1 left, clear to land, wind 04016.
Clear to land 1 left, exit at 538.
Breaker 50-12, Milwaukee Tower, fly runway heading runway 1 left, clear for takeoff.
And I think yesterday was really helpful for today.
It was, yeah. The last 3, honestly. Well,
Yeah.
the last 2,
Yeah.
yeah, has been eye-opening.
Well, we're putting it all together. All the stuff we were doing out there in the practice area, we're putting it into practice here. Good. I love how you're keeping the nose down in this turn. Really important. That spot right there, that turn from base to final, is a killer in aviation. And we're going to try to develop really good habits there so you don't get in trouble. Right there. You're doing marvelously so far.
Thank you. Little high?
A little high, right? You started
Yeah.
to flare early and just kind of didn't let it settle. So,
Okay.
and you're kind of getting into the grass there, right?
Okay, yeah.
So when we get that nose up blocking our view, stay on the rudders. When we get that nose up blocking our view, we need to look out the left side so that you can see where you are relative to the runway.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're not going to have perspective on if you're straight or not.
Okay.
And that also helps with your depth perception. We'll do a full stop here. I'll tell him. Maybe he'll go to the left side, or the left side, and we can just land long or something over the signature. Just land, taxi over. Yeah, we'll be a full stop on this one. If you want to transition us to the left side, we take it. Otherwise, we see it.
9 Alpha Papa, I'll keep you on the right side. Right downwind is approved, and runway 1 right, clear to land, wind 04017.
Clear to land 1 right now.
Clear land, 1 right,
There you go. So that's different than the option. Watch that pitch, it's climbing out at 70. Clear to land is a clearance for a full stop landing. An option is
American 18
is a touch and go or go around, whatever. You can always go around, though, even if you're clear to land. If you don't like it, you can go around. Just tell them we're going around.
1 left, clear to land, American 82. straight up to Echo 2, left turn there, ground point 8, good day.
Echo 2 and ground point 8, that's 538, thank you.
So he'll probably just have us take 3-1 over to Echo or something. We'll see what they give us. Probably 3-1 to Echo. Or 3-1 to Foxtrot, maybe. For the taxi. So, runway alignment. Just try to think of what rudder you need to keep the fuselage straight with the center line, and then what wing you need to keep you on the center line.
Yeah, wind's coming from the right, so I need to be
Yeah, and you can
angled into the wind with a left.
If you give yourself enough time on final to really see where your nose is pointed to track the center line, that'll give you a clue as to how much rudder and aileron you need to keep the airplane straight. So if you pay attention to how you're tracking the center line on final, they'll have better runway alignment.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Be more cognizant of how the plane's reacting before I land.
Yeah, what you need to do to line it up. And I still, when I'm in the jet even, I talk myself through it when I'm in my head. Left rudder, right rudder, kind of thing.
Okay.
I still do that because,
Well, maybe I can.
yeah.
So I'm angled to the right.
Slightly, yeah.
Slightly.
A little high, so how about some flat?
Flat down.
Yeah, you don't need power anymore. You can just go power to idle and just bring it on. Because you're going to have the flare and use up enough. Good. So just a little bit of right wing down, left aileron, or left rudder. See that left rudder comes into play here. Just hold it. Wait for it to settle now. Just hold it here. For high. And just let it settle. And now reapply. Not bad. Just and hold that stick back.
Yeah, we
That was a lot of balloons, so that probably would have been a go-around, that amount of balloon, right?
Okay.
Tower 9 Alpha Papa, turn left on runway 31, hold short, runway 1 left with me.
Left on 3-1, hold short 1 left, we'll stay with you.
So yeah, what happened there? I pulled it back too far.
Yeah, just too much back pressure.
Damn, I do
That's
that.
okay, and if you come in with a lot of energy,
Yeah.
for one air, if you're at 80 knots and you pull back a half an inch, you're going to go up really high. If you're at 60 knots and you pull back half an inch, you're not going to go up as high because of that sensitivity.
Okay.
So it's proportional to the amount of airspeed you have.
I see.
So that's why it makes it difficult. Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah, it's going to affect more.
Yeah. As you slow down, it becomes less sensitive.
We're going down here?
Yep, and then we're holding short of 1 right.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so much that I just need to like...
That's why it varies, and that's why it's going to be different depending on your different airspeed. So if you can wire this airspeed in and be consistent on your speed control,
Yeah.
you can have some consistency on your flare and your landing.